Next.
All right, so moving on to some more bullshit. Okay, now this I heard about, and someone at work tried to tell me about it, but I was just so over it. As soon as they said the name, I was just done. Azalea Banks.
Oh my
Explain,
god. Well,
please.
first off, Jason, I love that every topic we've discussed today, you led it with, I heard about this online. I heard this stuff does not work, but I was just over it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Sorry.
what happened, though. Someone told me about this earlier in the
I
week,
know.
and I was like,
I
yeah,
know.
okay, whatever. But anyway,
She
so
called
explain about the fuckery of Azalea Banks.
She called Zayn Malik a faggot, and I was on Twitter. It was on Twitter or something. I think
It was on Twitter. Yeah, I went down on Twitter.
Yeah, and she goes on and she says, what does she say? I actually have it here somewhere. She says,
But why would she call him that? Just because she was bored?
she went off.
No, she's pissed. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You can tell it. Go ahead.
She's pissed off because she, just like always, seems to feel that everybody steals her ideas because he was wearing colored contacts in a music video and he has a heart tattoo on his hip, and she also has a heart tattoo on her hip, and she was wearing colored contacts on some fucking music video. So therefore she feels that he's stealing ideas from her, which she's already said that she feels like every artist steals ideas from her. And then she took it upon herself to then just start calling him a bunch of names on Twitter, like she typically does to all these stars, just to get a bunch of people riled up. However, this time she met her match.
Yeah, and she's like, he's a bitch ass and all this kind of shit. And I think she called him. Did she call him or he called himself a sand nigga? It's something about. He said
He didn't even pay her dust. He didn't even pay her dust. Literally, all he responded to her was like, "I see you." He didn't even at her. Like, didn't even tag her. He just said, I see you." Like,
something about I eat sand for breakfast and suck dick for dinner or something like
yeah,
that.
because she was calling him. She was making fun of his ethnicity.
Yes.
Because he's like Indian, like an Indian mix of like something.
I thought he was
European,
Middle Eastern.
Indian,
I
something.
thought he was
didn't know
Middle
he was
Eastern.
Middle Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
different.
he's
different.
a swirl. He's like a European swirl.
Okay, go on.
Okay. So it seems like here's the thing. Now I know some people are going to get very upset with me when I say this. Well, not upset with me, but well, they probably will. I don't know, but I don't care either way. Here's the thing. I actually like her music to a certain extent because she does have quite a few cute songs.
This is not about her
But-
fucking music. It's about her fucking personality.
No,
She's a fucking cunt.
I wasn't finished.
I know, but I'm just getting there before you do because I hate this bitch. Go on.
So, but my thing is that I like some of her songs. It actually sounds pretty catchy and everything, but I don't like her as a person. And I'm like, is it actually possible to like an artist like the artist's music, but not the artist itself?
Not for me.
Okay, well.
Is it possible to like the artist's music and not the artist themselves? Yes, I do think it is. Yeah, there's plenty of artists' music that I like. I can't fucking stand them, but I don't like her or her music. I think she's a cunt, and I think she's a fucking homophobe. It's just because she's black, people don't call her out for it. I'm sorry, but that's true. When you're black or you're Hispanic or whatever else, people are like, oh, you call people a fucking homosexual faggot or whatever the fuck they say about us. I don't know. I still don't even know the words because I didn't get called anything. But anyway, people call you names when you're gay. It's like fucking. It's like a double standard. Okay, because you're a minority, you can say what the fuck you want. No, fuck you. You're just as fucking racist or not racist or homophobic as a racist from the South who's a fucking KKK member. To me, it's the same fucking thing. Yeah. And it fucking makes me mad.
She's very blinded, and she seems to only think. She seems to only like herself. She doesn't like black people. She doesn't like white people. She doesn't like Indian people. Doesn't like Middle Eastern people. Doesn't like lesbians. Doesn't like gay people. I mean, to be quite honest, she could have probably had a very, very successful career because 4 years ago she was like everywhere. She was online. Her music was being played in movies. You know what I mean? Like she was popping, and then she just started going after one, after the next, and eventually now it's to the point where people just don't even like her. Like she's tried to go on tour, can't sell tickets. Record labels been dropped 2 different times because she just can't shut her fucking mouth.
She's gone off on a lot. She's had a lot of things to say about a lot of people, and a few are just to include Pharrell, T.I., Disclosure, Eminem, Sarah Palin, and
Iggy Azalea.
She's
She
gone
calls
off.
Iggy Azalea the slave master.
Oh, and then she most recently, just recently said something about Erykah Badu. So
Oh god.
yeah, she said a little bit. She said a little bit about everyone.
I think she's BPD personally. She's borderline personality disorder.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because at the same time she was tweeting all that stuff, she was making videos and posting them on her Twitter saying, "Hey Zane, I want you to eat my booty though. Eat my booty, Zane." I'm like, this bitch is fucking psycho.
She said, and just to clarify the 3 little steps that happened, it says on here, it says, "Damn, Zane, be mood boarding the fuck out of me." And she says, "I'm not mad about this though. Zane is a cutie pie." And she captioned the pic with a smiley face. And then Zane later responded by saying, "No lies. I see you reaching, but I don't care. My ad's too good for you." And then Azalea goes off on him on her little rant. So I just think it's hilarious that all that what got her set off. It was just fucking hilarious.
But here's the crazy thing about this. A few months ago, I think back in December, she was on Hot 97 in New York City. I think it was Hot 97. Mm-hmm. And she had this 1-hour interview with this DJ named Ebro, who's very well known in the hip hop community, that type of thing. And they talked about some serious topics and how she was sick of, being labeled as, how hip hop is falling apart and how she's trying to keep it moving and other things such as that she was, sick of seeing, slave movies and how they're trying to remake all these slave movies and everything. And if you go back and watch the interview, I think this was done back in December, I believe. When I initially saw this interview, I actually agreed with most of the shit that she said at that time because she had some valid points. I'm not going to lie. But
she's not the one to bring it about, though, the change.
But exactly. But now I'm like, how can you go on there? I mean, she was crying in this interview, talking about how it just upset her so much and that type of thing. And you would think a woman who would cry about that and talk about how she's sick of racism and, she doesn't want black people portrayed this type of way and, all this type of thing. You would think she, would be like, would kind of be calm about the situation and kind of be, ease up a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's like she's gotten hardcore with all the shit. So I'm just like, girl, what was your whole point about going to the show anyway, talking about how you don't like this and you don't like that and you want, how you want, quote unquote white America to stop treating black America a certain way. But then you go out and do shit like this, like all day on Twitter. It's like, it doesn't.
And in public, she's been arrested multiple times for being out in public and starting trouble.
Right.
I mean, it's just like R.I.P. girl, R.I.P. Donovan, I'm so sorry we've had to drag you through this Azalea Banks mess. Because I remember a year ago we started talking about her. You said who?
Yeah,
exactly.
And I wish that could be my genuine response.
And I still feel the same way. Okay.
So I mean, I really, really hope. I'm thinking that she just has some deep issues going on.
I'm telling you,
I mean, obviously does, but I mean, like seriously.
The thing is, she's more known for her antics than she is for her music or her talent.
That's her own
fault.
And
ultimately, that's her demise.
Yep.
People are sick of it. She's now been deleted off of Twitter and other social medias. So, bye, girl.
Exactly. So, I mean, I really, really hope that, maybe she's going through a phase or something.
Now, why?
I don't know.
Now, somebody, I think it was Bette Midler, had said something about Azalea Banks, and it's such a good point to me. She said, why is it because she was deleted from Twitter, right? Because of this, right? Because of her rant and her racist shit. And so she says, why is it that Azalea Banks gets deleted from Twitter for all of her racist, stuff, but not Donald Trump? Donald Trump has said just as racist. I mean, not, pretty racist shit. And he's still on there. I just think it's a double standard. So anyway,
you're right. I mean, I love me some Bette Midler, and she has a very valid point. But it's just,
her twits, by the way, her twits, her tweets, her tweets are always really good. Go ahead, sorry.
They are. So I mean, Azalea Banks, I hope you get it together. I really like you as a musician. I really, really do. But your personal life, to me, is in shambles, and you need to get it together, girl.
And get diagnosed with BPD because she has it. I can tell. I know it.
Is it unofficial?
Yes, I know.
So moving on. Dr. Luke and Kesha. Okay. I know this is like a continuation.
Let's get into it. It's getting dirty. So you guys remember the last kind of court trial that they had the judge basically said, no, there's no reason you need to be out of your contract. You don't have to work with Dr. Luke exclusively.
Yeah.
They'll let you work with other producers, but you're still under his record label. Therefore, him and his management makes all the final decisions, for which they, try to make a comeback and say, we feel like if we're under the record label, he'll retaliate and therefore block everything that she's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're starting to see that. So a couple of weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, it was announced that Kesha was going to perform at the Billboard Music Awards that's coming up here at the end of the month. Madonna's performing, Britney's performing, Rihanna, Ariana. It's a big, this is going to be a big deal. Well, I don't know if you guys know, but she recently performed at Coachella. She sang her new little cover song, True Colors. Everyone loved it. They booked her for the Billboard Music Awards. Well, rumors started swirling that she was reportedly planning a statement act about Dr. Luke at the awards ceremony. Mm-hmm. Well, reports then started surfacing that Dr. Luke had originally signed off and they approved it, which was true because they announced that she was performing. But now, as of today, it was announced that she will no longer be performing. And when Billboard Music Awards was asked for a statement, they simply said that they were unable to reach an agreement with Kesha to take the stage. Well, Dr. Luke then released a statement earlier today that explains why she will no longer be able to take the stage. Let's see. I have it right here.
I'm so sick of those two going back and forth. It's like it's ridiculous.
Well, it looks like they took it down, their response, but I have Kesha's response, which she just put out on Instagram an hour ago. And it says, I was very excited to perform a tribute to Bob Dylan by singing a cover of It Ain't Me Babe at the Billboard Music Awards this year. I'm very sad and sorry to say I won't be allowed to do this. I just wanted to make it very clear that this performance was about me honoring one of my favorite songwriters of all time and what has never had anything at all to do with Dr. Luke. I was never going to use a picture of him, speak of him, or allude to my legal situation in any way. I simply wanted to sing a song I love to honor an artist I have always looked up to. Thank you for your continued support. And I think that is the thing. It's like so many people have come out and they're saying, that we want to support you. We want to, help you in any way that we can, because she's not technically legally allowed to perform any of her Kesha music right now. So many people are trying in ways to give her a platform, but unfortunately she keeps getting blocked.
It's horrible. I think it's horrible.
It's like being like a prisoner to your own voice.
Totally. And it's a horrible situation. And everyone I see talk about it in the music industry, on talk shows or whatever, just says the same thing. It's a horrible situation she's in, and they all feel so bad for her. And yet nobody can do anything about it. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, do we have any idea when this roller coaster ride is going to end? Because this has been going
It's going to
quite
be
some
years.
time.
I mean, it's going to be years. This kind of stuff takes years.
What is she going to do in the meantime to make money? Write a book? I mean, what is she going to do?
I guess try to do
But
this
you
kind
know
of
what?
stuff. But
TV.
Again, at the end of the day, anything that her name's on, it has to be, it has to go through the label. They own her.
But can't she do something under another name and get another contract to someone, a different act name? You know what I mean? Instead of Kesha, she could be Kiki. I don't know, whatever the fuck she wants.
I mean, she could, but then you have to you have to build a brand on that name.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna know it's her. It's not like people aren't gonna know it's Kesha is Kiki or Kesha who's K or whatever she's calling herself.
Hannah Montana. She's Hannah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I don't know.
But I mean, in the meantime, while she's waiting for this shit to get wrapped up, she could at least make money that way, but recording a new album with someone. Can she do that still?
But
if it's not under the name Kesha.
Iggy Azalea actually said in an interview recently that I watched, because they're good friends, said that she was actively in the music studio writing new music. So she is active.
Good.
It's just kind of one of those things. It's like, if it will ever see the light of day.
But again, that's just like, Brandy, the R&B singer Brandy, she's going through a similar situation. It's not as public as this,
right.
But she's going through a thing where she's suing her record label because, they won't let her release any music, and but see, this is my thing. I'm not a part of Hollywood, and by no means, but I feel like this is what happens when you sign a shitty contract. I mean,
we talked about this though. When you're new, you got to do what you got to do to get your name out there.
I mean, Kesha is new. She's a new artist. you know,
And
it
well,
happens
that's
to
the
people.
deal. That's the whole problem with this is that whenever she signed this record deal, it was for 6 albums before she had even released one album.
Yes.
So Sony and their little branch off record label that Dr. Luke owns, they think